So a couple moments away from game number 3, the Thailand Titans taking on Cnx Orion. The Titans come in a team with a boatload of confidence, led by the Queens, New York product, number 3, Mark Blair. Plays the guard position, can body up, plays both ends of the floor. He's averaging a triple-double. And the way it stands right now, I believe that he is front runner for MVP of this tournament. And the reason I bring it up, look, there are other players that are also playing exceptionally well. Kobe Lawrence, we just saw him, had a remarkable game and performance for the Sun Devils. But it went over the weeks, and the level of consistency that Blair has played with for this Titans team, you can make a pretty strong case. He's definitely worthy of the MVP conversation. And I think a lot of this also has to do when you talk about the team in fully feared. Now, that's going to be a heck of a contest on Sunday. You know, Jordan Robinson has an opportunity now to play in Canada, so he won't be, by all accounts, with the fully feared if he's playing in Canada. And he was having a marvelous tournament, but he has not been around a couple games, and obviously that's what happens when these players have exposure. So Blair, to me, might be the dark horse MVP candidate for the tournament. And the Titans know right now that, listen, they've got an opportunity to put this game away very, very early. And the one thing about CNX, they are a very young team, and they're still trying to learn how to win. But the bottom line is they're not playing with a full, strong deck and arsenal. And if you're the Titans, you know you never want to look ahead, and you never want to take for granted the opposition. But you know, if you're the Titans, Sunday afternoon at 2:30, you have fully feared. Now, let's assume fully feared wins later on this afternoon and they defeat the Hunters. They will go to 6-0. They'll pick up 2 more points. You might get a championship preview Sunday afternoon. So I think, this is, again, just my opinion, I think Coach Ramirez for the Titans, if this game starts to get out of hand, as many expect it could, then you'll start to see a player like Blair, like Flynn, Hartnett, who's back. He was ill last week. He only played 32 seconds in that game. I mean, Lester Hartnett is a big-time contributor for this team. He only played 32 seconds because he didn't feel well. He had stomach issues, but he's back. He'll start tonight. I think they'll rest some of these players. They've got a deep enough bench that they can allow some of these role players to get some serious burn. And then, listen, you'll see Mark Blair put up his type of numbers. And again, this is just my opinion. You know, I would make a strong case for him as league MVP right now. But first things first, the game still has to be played. Cnx in their dark unis, typically they would actually be the home team. If you look at the graphic up top in the top right, dark uniforms, Hartnett jumps it up. Blair has it, and right off the bat, opportunity for the Titans. Rebound Blair. Flynn missed it over to Hartnett, and he contributes right away 2-0. And they want to press, and this is what I thought. They want to press, and they want to try to put this game out of reach very fast. I mean, look at this. They know what they have on Sunday. Good take. Cnx gets on the board. 4-2. So you're going to see some players that you haven't recognized if you've watched Cnx. By the way, starters for the Titans: Blair, Hartnett, Flynn, Zhang, who quietly has had some really nice games, and Maxwell, number 8, who's got the rock right now. The lefty strokes it, but it's going to go back the other way, and he gives them those, a lot of the dirty work underneath the boards, the rebounds and whatnot. Mucks it up a little bit. 6-2 Titans by 4, 8:22 to go in this first quarter. For Cnx, Bellinger, Lewis, James, Calhoun, and McGill, and we'll just reconfirm, number 15. Little miscommunication. Good look inside off the cutter. I said number 15. I stand corrected. McGill's number 10. And he's arguably their best offensive weapon. Off the glass, 10-2, 8-point lead. I think if you're Cnx, you don't want to make this a track meet type of game. You just don't. Lewis is also a player to keep an eye out for, number 5. Zhang thought about it, puts it on the floor, looks inside, unselfish. And Blair already fast approaching quickly. Double digits early on in the first. Give it to him, on the floor. Picks up the dribble, look for the kick out. Swing it, Zhang for 3. Off the mark. Blair with the rebound, off the glass, count it. Flexing the muscle again. And they're pressing. Trying to be disruptive. James gets it across, tries to drop it off. 14-4. 3 ball. That doesn't fall, tipped around. Blair has it. They want to get out and run. Long stretch pass to Flynn with the lay-in with the right hand. Unselfish and a nice look. And I hate to belabor this point. If you're Cnx, you got to go in your half-court offense, and you got to start pressing a little bit too. And look, if the Titans break the press, so be it, but you can ill afford a track meet here. Already down 10, 5:24 to go. Blair drops it off. Unselfish, and the big man lumbering to the rim. I mentioned Hartnett only played 31 seconds because of, just stomach issues. Good to see him back on the floor. Much needed. 3. Nice catch. And a little rhythm with the shot, 18-9. And I like that. Way up against Blair. Frustrate him a little bit. Maxwell drawing that double. And the one thing about Cnx, they are a very young team, and they're still trying to figure out how to win ball games. They're a young team. it's just hard to win games. And when you're shuffling in and out different rosters and lineup, it's tough. Calhoun is a good presence for them when he's on the floor and available. 14 and 8. Zhang picked it up. Blair thinking about the three. Drops it back off to Zhang. Looking to create a little space with the left hand. Got caught up one more time. Good defensive play by Cnx. And you need that type of effort consistently throughout the course of this game to pull off what would be a major upset. But Elijah Calhoun, number 8, 15 and 8. I mean, he's a very, he's a decent scorer. Lewis is a good player. James is a good player. They just haven't been able to really get any type of rhythm and groove this tournament. And they're young, but they've got good players. Godowich checks in for the first time. Blair drops it off to MD. Thought about the three. Skips it back over to Blair. Wants to pull the trigger. Count it, Mark Blair with the left-handed stroke. That drops home. A three for number 3. 21 to 9. 3:10 to go in this first quarter. Tightens up. That's a 3 in the corner. But that's a much-needed perimeter shot that drops. All you're asking if you're Cnx, you just want to hang in there in this first quarter. And they've got numbers 4 on 2 and 5 quick points. So Cnx Orion doing a good job of keeping this a competitive game in the first quarter, trailing by 7, 21 to 14. And again, they're trying to double, triple. Why not? 2 on 1. Good opportunity right now. Drop off. And that falls. So a heck of a run right now. I'm a little surprised the Titans started off like gangbusters. But look, you got seasoned, well-traveled players. Their head coach, Ramirez, he's going to let them play through this. 2 minutes to go. A little drop off to Zhang. Back over to Maxwell. Wants to go inside to the big man off the glass. Can't convert. 7-0 spurt by Cnx Orion, 21-16. This is, right now, their best case scenario. They wanted to keep this game close. And you start to see, the changing, the personnel for the Titans. They know if they play their game, they're going to win this game handily. And that's why they're going to give a player like Maxwell, a player like Blair, burn and rest. Godowich. You let these role players, the bench players, come in because you have confidence in them. Extra pass. Drops home. That's exactly what you want. Starting to find a little bit of a rhythm right now from beyond the arc. Cnx Orion. Hartnett, spin move, doesn't fall. A heck of a run right now they've been on. Ooh, and that's a bad foul. I think that's a frustration foul right there. McGill already with 10 and Calhoun with 7. 3 of 6 from beyond the arc. There's 50%, and the more shots drop, much more confidence. Try to go inside. CB did a good job of cutting off the lane. Titans are going to push it right now. Godowich thought about it coast to coast. But it's swatted out. Flipped around and it's going to go back the other way. And that's how the first quarter is going to end. Got the running clock, so they might put a They might have a couple seconds left, or it should be the end of the first quarter, but we'll see. TD right now. Let's just check. So officially showing under 15, but we go by game clock, bar clock. By the way, Blair with 9 in that first quarter for the Titans. All right, first quarter in the books. So, best case scenario, Cnx Orion, excellent job. It looked like they were going to have a long afternoon, 3-4 minutes in, and a nice little 7-0 spurt, 22-19. And we've got ourselves a contest after 1 quarter of action. Blair with 9, Hartnett with 6, Flynn with 6 for Thailand, Lewis with 2, Calhoun with 7, and then Bryce McGill, 10 points. And a 10-0 run got CNX back in this contest. James has it. He gives it up, almost stolen away. See if they start to work Calhoun. Oh, double team. Couldn't convert, but the effort was there. Another opportunity to go to the line. That's exactly what you're looking for. McGill second, rattles it around. Titans got away with that one because they were a little lax defensively. They did not clog the middle. Down drops it off. Good rebound. CD can't convert, but he's going to go to the line. Press and try to be disruptive. Almost got the turnover, and they almost got it again. Excellent job defensively by the Titans. A lot of pressure on the ball. CB. Great vision. Love the ball movement. They're going right inside to the big, number 35. So, again, they've got some athleticism in their backcourt. High arcing three, kick around, back tack. Titans have it up by 5. They want to get out. Alley-oop. CB again. Just a menace. You just got to be those bunnies, and they finally get it to drop home. My goodness, how many opportunities do you need? With right place, right time there. 7-point lead. Both teams with some opportunities for some very short jumpers, buckets. Bellinger, that doesn't fall. And again, Dodowich has it. He wants to get out. You know, he'll pull the trigger from beyond the arc. Oh, nice look. I'm just wondering when Ramirez is going to go back and get Hartman in there and get another presence inside. They're guard heavy right now. Bellinger, shaking big, picks up the dribble, skips under off the glass, gets it to drop. And a 3 coming back the other end. There's our base. MD with the rebound. He wants to get out. Push that pace. Oh, that's a dangerous. You saw that. I saw that coming from here. And then they give it right back. Back up to an 8-point lead. A little bit of breathing room with 5:57 going. It's stolen away. Excellent defense. Oh, and add insult to injury. McGill, I think, got tagged with the call. Defensive, though, you know, you just love the fact that they're trying to press and get that turnover. And as I suspected, Hartnett's back in, and so is Blair. So they got a pretty good breather. Almost 5 minutes. A little bit of a blow in the second quarter. Well rested and back out on the floor. An opportunity to push this right back to double digits, 33-24. First one is true. Is good. (35-24). Trying to face guard and press. There with Dotto with him. They clogged the interior. Excellent job, but a little too handsy. Step back 3. Blair now is going to push it. MD thought about the 3, puts it on the floor, explodes it at 10. Acrobatic shot and got it to drop. Oh my goodness. Put a little house call from MD. Both converged on that rebound. Look at that extra pass. That's unselfish. That really is. So So the largest lead of the afternoon, 14. You saw it was 10, and then obviously CNX went on a little bit of a run. Poked away, almost thrown away. Got to get going. Might get a violation here if you're CNX, and they throw it away. Excellent job defensively by the Titans. Or are they going to say that it actually hit off a Titans player? Gets it in. Flynn with the block. And the scoop can't convert. And again, right place, right time. Hartnett. They're going to try to press one more time and just be disruptive. And that's, you know, a lot of teams have been doing that against CNX. .26, balance scoring all of a sudden for the Titans, waking up a little bit. Zhang with 4, Blair with 9, Hartnett with 10, Flynn with 6. For CNX, Bellinger, Lewis, just McGill 13. But he also has 2 fouls, so they need him on the floor. Blair now being harassed. James tried to corral him and force the turnover and or the jump ball. Howard got the win earlier this afternoon over New Force. Howard's 3-3 right now. And Sun Devils improved to 4-2 with the win over the Stuffed Bisons. So we're at week 6, game 3. Rich Quinones here. Hope you're enjoying the telecast. Appreciate everyone stateside tuning us in on the YouTube channel as well, and follow us on social media. Titans and a very gritty Cnx Orion team. Hanging around. Trying to get their first win of the tournament would be a major upset. Blair drops off the Hartnett. He'll swing it. Tipped around, little exchange. Blair has it. Bodied up off the glass. Count it, Mark Blair. And now they're going to press one more time. Try to get the turnover, and they do an excellent job by the Titans. Up big. Trying to build upon it. Flynn now. Stutter step. Kick out. 12-footer baseline J is good. 20-point lead right now. This is exactly what they wanted late in the second quarter. James trying to create. There's a drop off. Took around another opportunity. The big man. You see Flynn kind of shaking his head a little bit. I'm sure there's going to be enough points to go around in the second half, guys. 48-26, minute to go. James trying to create, picked up the dribble. Someone's got to clear out and give him a little help. Tapped around, long 3. That doesn't fall. Look at the Titans. Flynn thought about it. Layup with the left hand. Wanted to drop it off. The CB said, I'll take it from here. Might go the other way. Oh, they're going to get the blocking charge on Hartnett. So Hartnett comes in averaging 5, and he's already got 12 in this contest. Good job knocking down both. 50-28, 35 seconds to go in the second quarter. Flynn has it. Wants to clear out, wants to take his man one-on-one. Flynn, oh, a little spin cycle. Put it in for 15 minutes. Almost got the turnover one more time. Nice drop off. Finally it drops home. Nice little assist and the drop off. I think that was Calhoun with the bucket. Flynn again likes that matchup. 3-ball. Count it! Karan Flynn starting to heat up. Got it right at the buzzer to end the second quarter. And after a competitive first quarter, the Titans decided to ratchet it up defensively. And they go through the bread and butter, the inside-out game, and they lead it big, 55-30 after 2 quarters. Halftime between the Titans and Cnx. We'll step aside. Third quarter coming up. We'll provide some stats as well. This is Warriors League Thailand 2026 as we are fast approaching week 7 with the playoffs right on the horizon. Welcome back, everyone, to Warriors League Thailand 2026, 10th edition of this famed tournament. Rich Quinones calling all the action. Appreciate everyone keeping us tuned in at the break. Titans over Cnx Orion 55-30. Let's get you caught up to speed with some halftime stats. after 2 quarters. Mark Blair with 11 to go with 4 rebounds, 6 assists. So again, right on the verge of that triple-double. Mark Blair, by the way, is averaging a triple-double in this tournament. 21 points, 11 rebounds, 11 assists, unheard of. Hartnett, who only played 31 seconds because of stomach issues, wasn't feeling well last weekend, contributing big time in 14 minutes of action, 12.6 of 9 from the floor. He also is adding in 6 rebounds. Flynn with 13 as well. For CNX, Elijah Calhoun actually having a really nice game. Just under 20 minutes of action, 5 of 10 from the floor, 11 points, a couple of tough buckets, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, doing a good job with the basketball as well. Good plus-minus ratio when he's on the floor. And McGill, Bryce McGill, 15 points, the high man for CNX, also adding in 4 rebounds, all on the defensive end of the glass. Couple turnovers, though. They did a good job. Even with that press of the Titans, they only turned it over 6 times in that first half. And a lot of it had to do with just some sloppy play from some sideline to sideline play. But, you know, listen, sometimes that happens. They don't really have primary ball handlers. I like to see Bellinger, you know, just bring the ball up the floor more. He's been pretty quiet with 2 points, but he's a very good player. And he averages right around 10. I suspect he's going to be a little more active in the second half, especially with them being down 25 points. They don't need to shoot themselves back in this game. They don't need to force up and start chucking up 3-point shots. That's not the route to go because they're not a very good 3-point shooting team. They're just 3 of 13 in this one. And then conversely, for the Titans, they've done a good job, 4 of 4 from the line. They're 3 of 4 from beyond the arc, and they won the battle of the glass as well. Biggest lead sits at 25. Their biggest run was 15-0 spurt. Good production off the bench with 13, and that press has led to 12 fast break points. All right, third quarter coming up. Titans up big, 55-30. As we get set for the third quarter, I want to remind everyone, earlier this afternoon, Howard picked up their 9th point. The Hoops win it over New Forest. They move to 3-3. New Forest falls to 2-4. Just saw an unbelievable effort stat line by Kobe Lawrence to lead the Sun Devils to a win over the Stuffed Bisons. Sun Devils move to 4-2, and they also pick up their 10th point. So this is it's an important game in a sense for the Titans, where they're trying to keep pace, and they have a monster contest Sunday against Fully Feared, which we'll see after this one. Hartnett drains it to start things off. 57-30. Titans moving right to left. Here comes Cnx in their dark uniforms. Zhang almost caused a turnover. Ellinger, step back three. Clean look, can't convert. Blair has it. Entry pass to the big man to get off the glass. Oh my goodness. With the right hand. And a little kiss. Saturday afternoon. Not sure if the banks are open right now in Thailand. Ellinger with a little shake and bake. Almost turn it over. Nice look. Drop off. Right to the rim. Blocked. Rejected. Here come the Titans up big. Left hand off the drive. Flynn. It's a 31-point lead right now. 61-30. James comes back. I would suspect it sits like this after 3. You'll see Flynn, Blair pretty much probably sit the majority of that fourth quarter. And this one potentially about to get away pretty fast. I mean, if it's not already. Blair knocks home the first. One of two. So if you take a look at Flynn, walking the ball up the floor, he's a nice shot, falling away. Flynn's a really nice player, 6'3" combo guard, tremendous upside, Springfield College. I call him a slasher, but he's also, once he puts the ball on the floor, he's already made up his mind. And that's why I think Sunday's game against Fully Feared is fascinating, depending upon how many Fully Feared suit up bench-wise, because they were basically, for the first couple weeks, just 5. Obviously, a couple players lost. They lost out on a couple players because they've signed elsewhere. So I think for Sunday's game, for the Titans, their versatility, their length, their athleticism, it's going to be their advantage in that game. Now, certainly first things first, they get through this game unscathed, and you give some of the starters a much-needed blow and some rest. And then we'll see what happens in game 4 when Fully Feared takes on the Hunters, because the Hunters are a deep team too. They've got good guard play. They can bang. They can knock it down from beyond the arc. We know Fully Feared loves to just get out and run. I mean, they are an extremely talented, athletic. You got a bunch of high flyers on that squad. Walker and Rock Johnson, Halal, Murray, and the like. Drop off to Blair. Skips it. That's off. Tipped around. Ryan wants to run. Nice no-look pass and rejected coming back the other end. And that's what you don't want, Joe. And just as we said that, Flynn came up laboring a little bit. I mean, look, it's a 30-something odd point game, and I suspect next time out he's coming out. And he landed a little awkward, and it's good to see that he's up right now. Obviously, he's got the ball, and he seems to be okay, but I would not risk anything. I really wouldn't. You got to have all your horses on Sunday afternoon, and I'm glad he was able to shake it off, but you know, if you're Coach Ramirez, the primary goal was to get out of this game healthy. Zhang checks back in. Well, you certainly don't want to be nitpicky when a team's up by 29. I'm going to be nitpicky. Free throws. I know it's something that the Titans want to work on, have worked on, but when you get into a matchup like Sunday afternoon, and a good job by Blair, he must have heard me knocking down both of them, and you get into the playoffs, and these games are going to be ratcheted up. The level of competition is pretty much an even playing field. If it's late in the game, you better be able to knock down your free throws. And I know the Titans fans right now are saying, Rich, why are you being so picky? Well, you got to pinpoint these out, that's all. 69-38. Little miscommunication right there between Hartnett and Notterwich. Clock continues to roll. Number 6. High arcing 3. Side of the rim. Good hustle play by Cnx. Blair. Drop off. Catch and shoot. Oh, I think he's, pardon me. So, miscommunication, but I see the idea, though, obviously trying to go to Hartnett inside. I was fooled by that one as well. Bellinger has been a little quiet. See if he starts to kind of pick it up offensively. Thought about the 3, want to put it on the floor. Inside the Hartnett. A hook shot maybe off the glass. I tell you, he works very hard for his buckets. Now McGill stating his case, but definitely banged. Back to the line for 2, and they are up big. The Titans are 69-40, 29-point cushion. Clock continues to run, under 4 minutes to go. Earlier today, Howard over New Force 85-74. Logan Willoughby with 26 in that one. Thomas with 10. Dak with 17. We just saw the Sun Devils over the Stuck Bisons, 86-68. Kobe Lawrence, I'll give you that line in a moment. Next stop, it's a play. Oh, tough shot, high arcer, count it. Calhoun, gorgeous. Had to work extra hard for that shot. Elijah Calhoun. Where? Oh, what a look inside off the glass with the left-handed lay-in. Court acumen. Left hand. Tried to float it and drop it in, doesn't fall. Titans now up by 30. Zhang, catch and shoot for three, and rhythm, counted. The three ball for number one adds a lot of production, whether they insert him in the starting lineup or comes off the bench. Totally understands his role. 75-42. Blair, right down the boulevard, drops it off. Unselfish again, and he can't convert, tipped around. And it's going to go back the other way. Cnx Orion has it with 2:35 to go in this third quarter. Lawrence for the Sun Devils, 19 points, 21 rebounds, 10 assists, 7 blocks. He's going to get a little FaceTime this week. Long three off the mark. Blair, easy rebound. And they'll double and press one more time and force a turnover. They just are relentless, up 33 points and they're pressing with under 2 to go. But that is also a mindset. So it's rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. Practice makes permanent. Very well-conditioned team. Buckford in this third. Blair has it. Get the benefit of the call. Not the cleanest possession for the Titans late in the third. Win tonight gets them to 11 points. So we talked a little bit about some of these stat lines over the last several weeks, and we mentioned turnover coming back. Titans have it empty now. Glides to the rim with the left hand off the glass. Shielded the defender, kissed it home, 81-44, and they continue to just come all out defensively. I mentioned the MVP race for the tournament. And there's a couple players that we pretty much have been highlighting over the last several weeks. And I think the fact that a player like Jordan Robinson, who right now is going to be in Canada, obviously he's out of the equation. Okay, so then who are you looking at? You're looking at a player like Kobe Bryant, or you're looking at Avery Parker. You're looking at a player, Logan Willoughby, a Hayden Thomas. I think they're all worthy. Fidel Norris has had a pretty solid tourney as well, 21-7-3. Rock Johnson, that's why I think Sunday's game is huge, not only for the Titans and Fully Feared, especially if Fully Feared wins this afternoon and they go to 6-0, and the Titans well on their way to picking up their 4th win. but I think it's just going to be set up where we might see Sunday afternoon who wins the MVP. And right now, I mentioned Mark Blair, and his numbers are absolutely, they're off the charts. I believe Mark Blair is the only player in the tournament that's averaging a triple-double, and I'll double-check, but 21 points, 11 rebounds, 11 assists. I'll go back and I will double-check, and I'll either have the answer before we get off the air this afternoon or by the time we come on air tomorrow after 3 quarters of action. The Titans rolling in this one, 83-47. But he's got to be the front runner for MVP of this tournament. He has to. Now, that's just my opinion. I don't have any pull, any sway, but I've seen enough over the last several weeks where he's just taken over games. And it does speak to the depth of this Titans team. And we'll see how it plays out when fully feared hits the floor in about 15 or 20 minutes. Because Rock Johnson has also had some incredible stat lines. You know, Prince Walker has had some incredible stat lines. But you're looking at consistency. You're looking at a player that's playing both ends of the floor. And I do think we get a little spoiled when we talk about some of the production as well. 83-47 after 3. All right, fourth quarter, 83-47. Titans blowing their way to a W. Good to see Flynn on the floor and continuing where he left off, glide into the basket with the right hand. So smooth. Lewis gives it up. Try to go back inside, drop off one more time to James. He's got Blair out on him. James thinking about the three, looking for the screen. Thinking about a step back, got caught up. Good ball, Kate. Doesn't drop. Inside. So if you're keeping track at home, 87-47. Let's get you caught up to speed with some stats. Hartnett with 17. I mean, he just provides that big body. Just a naturally gifted big-time center. 17 and 10. Flynn, a quiet 17. 9 of 12. Defensively, you know, ripping down rebounds, a couple of assists as well. More importantly, no turnovers. Multiplier, another triple-double. 18 points, 10 rebounds, 12 assists. I believe that's his third straight triple-double of the tourney. And as I mentioned, he's averaging a triple-double for this tournament, 21, 11, and 11. I mean, the plus-minus is incredible with these starters tonight. And you're going to get that when you have a game like this. And they just continue to press, player again, off the glass, working hard. Meneses wants to get into the action as well. Why not? Everyone. Every player that's touched the floor this afternoon scored for the Titans. And Cnx, nice production from Bryce McGill, averaging 15. Calhoun, 13 points in this one. Bellinger, quiet 4. I know he struggled a little bit, but he's a good player to watch going forward. 91-48, drop off, corner doesn't drop for the 3, and the Titans have an opportunity right now with numbers. Another easy lay-in. Oh, good hustle play coming back, though, for the Titans. I mean, the game well in doubt with 7:35 to go, and you're still seeing a lot of energy. So still have one more game to go this afternoon. I promise hopefully my voice will make it through. We'll regroup after this one. Nice drive. Lewis put it on the floor, created a little bit of space through the contact, and he's going to go to the line. So one thing about Cnx, they continue to play hard. They don't even scoreboard watch. They can be down 15, 20, 30. They are down big in this one. They're a young team, but they fight, and that's all you can ask for. Good job by Lewis, knocking it down, completing the three-point play. 93-53, under 7 to go in this fourth. Opportunity, 3-on-1, and they can't convert. Drive off the glass and another conversion. Count it. So James weaving through traffic. I think you're going to get a lane violation, so James will get another crack at it. Another easy, just unbelievable. When I tell you, he is just a fun, player to watch. He's got tremendous upside, explosiveness, and just decides I'm going right to the rack. Flynn might be the X factor for this team going forward. Tremendous, tremendous upside. He's got some hops, plays both ends of the floor. I know the Titans brass, they're very high on this young man. And the veteran Hartnett still working hard under glass. 5 to go. "47 rebounds tonight for the Titans. 29 defensive rebounds. Their bench has been brilliant. 27 points. Their pressure defense on the ball, face guarding, turned into 22 fast break points. Second chance points, 24. That's effort, and they dominated in the paint with 64 points. Story coming back again and gliding with that right hand for another easy lay-in. Deron Flynn adding to his total. And B with a 3. An easy rebound off the glass. So Titans well on their way to a win, well on their way to scoring over 100. Nice bounce pass in transition. And taking care of business, getting the players on the floor that needed to be on the floor, pulling away, and then getting some of the starters some rest and some bench players some meaningful minutes. Blair with 20, 12 assists, 10 rebounds, chalk up another triple-double for the Queens, New York product. Hartnett, again, here's another player that they're going to need on Sunday. 17 and 12, Flynn 21 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 steals, plus 39 when he was on the floor. And just adding to his total. We got a good one coming up next. Naga Hunters, 3-2, 8 points against the undefeated 5-0 Fully Feared. They got tested last week. They got pushed in a game that was very close, late, but they were able to pull away. That game against Howard, 69-65, a low-scoring affair. That was a game that Rock Johnson had 21, Tim Hagee had 13, DeMonte Green, that they just brought over, had 13 in that one. So with Jordan Robinson playing in Canada right now, you lose his 24 points and close to 20 rebounds. Nice little 6-footer. Playing a little bit of space. Looking inside. And a little icing on the cake to the big man. Why not? Let him roll to the bucket. Final 20 seconds. Goodness, are you kidding me with the left hand on the following flush? Are they counting the bucket? Well, that's a highlight dunk, but I guess it's going to be offensive goaltending. That's a highlight reel nonetheless. Win. Final bucket belongs to Cnx. But the game belongs to the Titans. 113-57. All right, quick breather. We'll get you some stats. We want to remind everyone, final game coming up in about 15, and that'll be the Hunters against Fully Field. All right, the Titans win this one handily, 113-57. Blair triple-double, 20 points, 12 assists, 10 rebounds, added 3 steals. Hartnett, big effort, 19 points, 30 minutes of action. Good to see him healthy and on the floor, 9 of 13 from the floor. 14 rebounds, also added in a couple assists. Lynn with the highlight dunk that didn't count, 23, 11 of 15 from the floor. 8 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks. The bench did their job. 33 points for Cnx. They play hard as always. Calhoun 13, McGill with 21.